it kind of says something that when the only good thing that can come out of a otherwise disastrous year once again is that you're beating up on the team that has given you the most trouble. Like, imagine the villain in the movie that just became weak, and you're weak yourself, but you know you're strong enough to beat the villain, so you just start beating up on that villain, and you break the cycle. That's been the only good thing this season for the Pirates. What is going on, everybody? I am Mac, and I am back with another video on this Thursday morning. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram, link in the box below. Pirates win it 11-1 over St. Louis Monday night, 6-3 on Tuesday. And so we take the series against St. Louis. I'm currently recording this on Wednesday before the third game of the series. Pirates have a chance to sweep the Cardinals in Pittsburgh for the second time this season. I can't even remember the last time that even happened, considering since 2019 we were 7-25 against the Cardinals at our own park. 7-25 against St. Louis in Pittsburgh from 2019 to 2022. And if all goes according to plan after Wednesday, we could win all 6 matchups against them at PNC Park. But yeah, this season's been very frustrating for the Bucks. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, you get off to a 20-8 start. Your best start that you've had since 1992, which I cannot stress enough. It's the last time that the Pirates won a division title. And then you just don't have any good months after that. I mean, all the wheels fall off. You keep messing up the lineups. You try to call up your prospects. You're forced to sell at the deadline for the millionth time. And now August is probably looking like the, quote, best month that we've had since April. But that really ain't saying much. But if there's one thing that I can at least enjoy about this, it's that we've won 7 of 9 against St. Louis this season. And honestly, we should be 9-0 against these guys. Bare minimum 8-1, because Shelton cost us that final game of the 4-game series against them back in April. And Johan Oviedo, who's coincidentally enough starting in Wednesday's game against St. Louis, pitched a gem against them in April, but he just didn't get any run support. But you see, that's what I mean. It's been a very frustrating season for the Bucks. But this series, it did put a smile on my face, this series, because it's the St. Louis Cardinals. You guys know how I feel, but I can't stand them. They're on the same level with the Flyers and the Ravens. I say it all the time. And anytime we beat them, which is not very often, let's be honest, okay? At least in my lifetime, not very often we beat these guys. But every time we do, it puts a smile on my face. Monday night was beautiful, 11-1. Josh Palacios, a career day for him. 5 RBIs Monday night. 3-run homer and a 2-run double. Pitching, I thought Monday did really well as well. They held Goldie and Nolan Arenado hitless that game. And even Bailey Falter pitched very well. He struck out 8 over 6 innings, and this is not a guy that's going to rack up those kind of numbers. He's more of a pitch-to-contact kind of guy. But when I see a stat line with 8 strikeouts over 6 innings, it's something you got to tip the cap to a little bit. Tuesday night, another really good one, 6-3. punctuated with a Brian Reynolds 2-run double, and then Kutch blasted a 2-run bomb off Adam Wainwright, the guy who's been the boogeyman to us pretty much, aside from Pujols and Molina, who are both gone. It was just a good series altogether. It really was. But, I mean, I'm not getting too excited about it because, I mean, as I'm recording this video, we're 57-69. We're 12 games under 500, and let's face it, we're not making the playoffs. We may not even finish above 500 unless maybe we go on some kind of crazy skid in August and September, but what are the odds of that? I mean, the best that we can finish at this point is 93-69, so unless we could somehow pull a 36-game winning streak out of our ass, I mean, we're not making the playoffs. That's just all there is to it. But like I said, it's just any time that we beat the Cardinals, it puts a smile on my face, man. Now you got the Chicago Cubs coming into town over the weekend. And I'm going to Sunday afternoon's game, by the way, if you haven't picked up on that already. But, the thing is, while the Cardinals are historically a proud franchise, at the same time, they're a team that you should be beaten up on because they can't pitch. Their pitching has just been dreadful this year. You look at their lineup, they do have some good bats in their lineup, mainly with Goldie and Nolan Arenado. Jordan Walker's still a rookie, but, he can hit from here and there. Tommy Edman, he's still okay. So, I mean, it's not like the Cardinals can't hit either. It's just their pitching is just so god-awful this year. But the season they've had, which is probably the worst Cardinals team I've ever seen, and I love to say it, it's the worst Cardinals team I've ever seen. They're a team that you should be able to beat. And we've won 7 of 9 against them. Honestly, we should be 9-0 against them, but I'll take 7 of 9 as well. Next, after the Cubs series, you got a team like Kansas City. They've been terrible all year. They're pretty much on the same level as the A's. They're a team that you should be able to beat. But then again, we did lose that series to the A's, and let me tell you, we dropped that series to the A's. That just took the life right out of me. It's like, how could you drop a series to a team that's way under 500 and is going to be moving to Las Vegas soon, and their fans don't even care about them? It took the life right out of me, man. And it pretty much just made me unpassionate for the rest of the season. Because it's like, I knew this team had severe flaws, but never in my wildest dreams did I think they'd drop that series to the A's. So, at this point, I'm just waiting for this season to be over with, and just so I can see what we have in these prospects that we're calling up and some of these other younger guys. Like, I think Andy Rodriguez has been phenomenal so far. I think Jared Triolo definitely is a good depth piece to have. Liover Peguero, another solid night, Monday night. I'm hopeful for him in the future as well. Brian Reynolds, let's just face it, he's been a disappointment this year, but he's coming to life in this series. And then Ke'Bryan Hayes is just so Jekyll and Hyde. I just don't know what to make of him. I really don't. And like I said in my stream last week about the Bucks, I would just shut down O'Neal Cruz for the rest of the season because the front office just straight up lied to us saying that, oh yeah, he'll be good by August. Well, guess what? It's August 24th. We have a week left in August, and he still has not come back. And now they're saying, oh, well, he'll be back in September. Well, I mean, what's the point of that? Because like I said, we're not going to be in the playoffs. we're most likely not going to finish above 500. So, I mean, what's the point? Just shut him down for the rest of the season and bring him, and then have him play in 2024. Let him get healthy. But that's not the only injury that's going to be addressed in this video. Henry Davis is on IL as well now, which honestly, it might be a blessing in disguise for him. I mean, Vinny Capera got called up and he did okay, but Henry Davis has had a rough August. He's batting .158, only a .492 OPS. He hit a homer, just 6 RBIs. Just a very rough month of August for Henry Davis. And now that he's going to be on IL with this thumb injury that he's been lingering with for a little bit, it might be a blessing in disguise. Not that he got injured, and not that, you know, his IL stint is good, but it's just that now maybe with him getting a little bit of a break and him nursing this injury and getting healthier, maybe some time off for him can be good, because, like, that might actually explain why, actually, that he hasn't been behind home plate. Because like what Derek Shelton said, you know, we anticipate to have Henry Davis behind the mound. We anticipate him to, you know, play catcher some more. And I was hounding at Derek Shelton, and it was like, well, if you're going to start him at catcher, then put him behind catcher. Not that I think Andy Rodriguez shouldn't catch, because the guy's a phenomenal catcher. But maybe this injury right here could be the thing that does allow Henry Davis to start catching a little bit more now. And he recovers from this. He gets healthier. Who knows? He's a very talented player. I think a lot of people are giving up on him in the same way that they gave up on O'Neal Cruz last year. Just because, you know, they expect him to make an immediate impact. I mean, he's going through a rough time right now, just like O'Neal Cruz did through parts of last year. Give the two guys a break. They're going to be okay. All right? But I'm telling you right now, I still don't, you know, this still doesn't, I mean, just because we whooped St. Louis's ass in a series, that doesn't change my mind about how I feel about the Bucks this year. It's just one good series that we had, okay? Well, let's call it two good series that we had against St. Louis, because we swept them earlier, and we can sweep them again as I'm recording this video. We already won the series. I don't care if we don't sweep them. We took the series against them, okay? But it just doesn't change my mind about how I feel about the Bucks this year. It was a very frustrating season. I'm just waiting for it to end, and at this point, all I'm doing is just seeing what we have in these prospects so I can make good judgments for next year and moving forward, quite honestly, because this is the future right here. This is your core that you're going to have for at least the next half decade, and you got to get the most of it. You got to manage it well. You got to get the right managers involved. You got to get the right hitting coaches involved. You got to get the right personnel if you are to have a successful rebuild. That's the bottom line of everything. Okay? So it's great that we whooped on St. Louis again, but does it satisfy me for the season? No, it doesn't. I expect more progress. And I think I can speak on a lot of Pirates fans' behalf when I say that. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. This is Mac checking on out for the day. Have a good one, everybody.